I think that if Michael Richards basically owned up to it and said, listen, I am so sorry. I messed up. I have no excuse for it. I'm going to take whatever insults and, barbs you have because I deserve it. And I'm going to keep working. And I'm just going to, you know what I'm saying? I think he could have potentially came back.
I don't believe that's true at all.
Really?
I think
so you think what he did was so over the top?
I don't think that at all. I think that he wasn't a big enough star for that to do that. I think if you are Bill Cosby, we knew what he was doing, but he made us feel so good that we made excuses for him. R. Kelly, big enough star. We knew he was a monster, and we were so. Donald Trump, as abominable as he is, he's a big enough star to people. So I think his problem is not that what he said, it's that he wasn't the lead when he said it.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree. I feel that there's only 3 ways that you can get canceled. You die.
Right.
You go to prison.
Right.
Or you just stop working.
Or you're not high enough on the totem pole.
Nope, or you just stop working. There is still going to be an audience if Michael Richards continued to do stand-up, continue to work on projects. Look at, what's his name, Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is still getting roles.
Mel Gibson was a big star.
I understand he was a big star, but everyone has an audience. People still love Seinfeld. Seinfeld was not taken off the air because of that.
Because
he still has a huge audience because of Seinfeld.
Right.
And he could have kept working, but he decided that the embarrassment and what he did was so much that he's just going to go underground.
That's an internal thing, but I would say
that's an internal thing, yeah.
If the examples of the people you mentioned, we mentioned the Morgan Whalens, the Justin Bieber, they're luminary talents. He isn't that, right? He isn't. Mel Gibson, he said he hoped his wife get raped by a pack of niggas. Like, yes, a pack of niggas?
A pack.
I've never even seen a pack of niggas. Where do you get a pack of niggas from? Like, give me $20, I'll put one in a pack of them niggas there. Like, and then he did a movie called The Passion of the Christ, right?
Yeah.
But he was such a big star. He was such a big star that those people would go with it. Even now, today that we're talking, Kanye West bought a white supremacist over Donald Trump's house.
Mm-hmm.
He's openly praised Hitler.
Yes.
Openly.
Yeah.
And niggas still fuck with him.
#1 song in the country.
So he's that big a star.
Yeah.
You got to be, and so Michael Richards was a part, and I would say that he was the 4th, 5th guy on the cast.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's why
he has a memorable role. Him walking into the room was always funny. He has an actual audience, and he could have slowly built that audience up if he didn't just give up.
But that's him giving up. That's not big.
He gave up. I'm not saying he would have done stadiums and gotten a big Netflix special, but he could have continued to work, could continue to get work, continue to get bookings.
Right.
Listen, he may have to do a bunch of free bookings to just show the promoters that, hey, listen, I can bring a crowd. I'll do it for free.
Maybe they don't want to, but I think that the people who keep on going and the people who, at a certain level, that's how bad we need to feel good. When somebody's made us feel good artistically, that's when they tap into a place in us, like you can remember where you were when you heard a song and who you were with and how you felt, or when you watched a certain thing. When you imbue yourself in somebody's psyche like that, it's almost impossible for them. It's almost like I read something, and when a man makes love to a woman and he has an orgasm inside her, he imprints himself in her. He imprints, and so that becomes a bond. That, not everybody, but that physiological connection can become a bond that's undescribable and almost unbreakable.
Now listen, I have seen too many comeback stories throughout my life. 2 Chainz,
right,
in his late 30s, came back after Players Circle came and went and became one of the biggest rappers with a new name, with a new cadence and so forth. You could do it. You could do it no matter what's happened to you in the past. And in fact, people love comeback stories. And in fact, the fact that you take responsibility. Listen, I messed up too. I've apologized for lots of shit.
Right.
And
but I think
yes, people got mad at me at the moment, but ultimately I kept coming out with good product.
Right.
And I continue to do well.
I don't know that Michael Richards had that in his warehouse, but maybe, I don't think he cares about it enough like that. Because if I love the thing, I ain't gonna let you keep me from it. If I
Yeah,
love
maybe
the thing,
maybe stand-up wasn't his thing.
I don't know, but I will
maybe.
say this: in terms of canceling a thing, I think that there are people who canceling mean that everybody, like, yes, you could take, even if you took their financial apparatus away, they took, real, blocks of financial pieces for Kanye, and he's still huge.
Yeah.
Because people fuck with him.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, they took, we ain't gonna do, and people fuck with him. Yeah. You could be that big. Michael Richards was the fifth lead in a show where he got 2 lines of show.
Yeah, but look at Louis Dreyfus. What's her name?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
She was a big star, though.
She went on to do Veep. Huge show.
She had a different ether.
She was not the star of Seinfeld.
I think that she had a gear that Richards didn't. I don't think he had that gear.
I don't know.
I don't know that he does or doesn't.
I don't know. Listen, at this point, it's all rewriting of history and what if and so forth. But all I know is, if you come out with dope shit and you keep doing it, people will eventually forget. They'll eventually forgive, and you could have a comeback story that people will actually respect.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. So
but when
everyone out there, just keep going.
When you got mailbox, when you got Seinfeld residuals,
and maybe that was it. Maybe I'm making so much money over here that I don't feel like doing a bunch of $1,000 stand-up shows out in Iowa and doing all that traveling. I'll just stay canceled and I'll just collect these checks because honestly, it pays my bills. Yeah, and that's probably what happened.